So guys, here is all my top videos of 2022. I am so glad I get to share with you guys. So here it is, 25 minutes of my top 4 soap videos of the year of 2022. And I want to wish you guys a happy holiday season. I cannot wait to share you guys my ideas for 2023, and let's dive right into this video. Himalayan salt. I went ahead and added about 100 milligrams into this container with distilled water. I went and put in my refrigerator so it can infuse into the water. And you can see that the water is really pink, so a lot of the vitamins and minerals was moved into the water. My goal here for the soap is to make a salt bar that is not too hard and it's not too rough on the skin. Usually salt bars includes the same amount of soap to the equal amount of salt, so those bars are extremely hard. They are really great for you if you love to feel the scrub on your skin. A salt bar is for you, but some people told me that it's too hard on the skin, so I decided to try a different approach to a salt bar. Here I am pouring my lye water into my liquid oils and butters. I use coconut oil, cupuacu butter, olive oil, grapeseed oil, and castor oil. This time I let my oils and butters melt to room temperature because since my water was cold from the refrigerator, the lye water cooled down pretty fast. So they're about the same temperature right now. I'm using pink Brazilian clay, and just to help with the color and also the benefits that come with the pink Brazilian clay, it helps exfoliate your skin and moisturize your skin at the same time, and also it gives a beautiful pink color to the soap. Now I'm gonna use my stick blender and blend until I pass emulsification. Next, I am going to add my custom essential oils blend that I made here at my house. Today I'm using grapefruit, rosemary, copaiba essential oil blend. This scent is so refreshing and sweet at the same time. It goes perfectly with this pink Himalayan salt bar. And now I reach into a medium to thick trays to pour into the mold, and it's pouring beautifully. I like to use the spatula just to not create any bubbles inside the soap. And as I pour it, I can smell the scent. It's divine. It's really amazing. I am loving the scent, and I'm probably going to use this scent again. I went ahead and designed the top of my soap. In this part, you can be as creative as you like. You can use any type of design on top of the soap. And I'm adding my pink Himalayan salt on top of the soap for those that still want to feel a little bit of the scrub of the salt. But it's very minimal. Once you use the bar, usually those salts will fall apart. Now it's been 12 hours. For a salt bar, they get hard really fast. And since I didn't add the salt inside the soap, I was able to let it cure for 12 hours. Even when I was using my wire cutter, the bar was already hard. I had to use a little bit of strength, but it's okay. It still came out super good, and it still smells really good. You can see inside the soap, there's a little bit of salt particles inside, and that's okay. Once the soap cures, usually those tend to go away, and once you use the soap, you won't feel it on your skin, but you still get the benefits of the pink Himalayan salt inside the soap. Usually salt bars are used for spring and summer. Salt bars helps detoxify your skin, so it's a great way to use if you go to the beach that day and you feel a little salty, or if you haven't gone to the beach and you want to feel that nice soft texture on your skin. A salt bar is made for you. I usually wait a couple of days once I cut my soaps to clean them up and stamp them, but since this bar is so hard, I went ahead and I did it right after I cut the soap. This is called beveling the soap, where you clean up the edges or anything that you think it should come out so it has a nice clean look. The texture is great. I really love the texture of the soap, and honestly, it's a hard bar, but it's not a rough bar, and it's still a good bar enough that you can get all the salt benefits in the soap. Today we're going to be making a peppermint and copaiba essential oil handmade soap. And here I have my solid butters, coconut oil, cupuacu butter, and cocoa butter. For the soap, I'll be using Brazilian green clay, which is great for the skin, and I'll be adding some red jojoba beads for the Christmas spirit. And here is my peppermint essential oil and my copaiba essential oil, which I'll be adding to the soap today. And here I have my cocoa butter, my cupuacu butter, and my coconut oil. I put them in a water bath. Now they're all melted, and I waited until they reach room temperature. Now I'll go ahead and I'm going to add them into my liquid oils. Today I'm using grapeseed oil and olive oil. As you can see, I already added my kaolin clay and my sodium lactate to my liquid oils. Now we're gonna blend them together, and we're going to mix them until they're all incorporated. It's always good to hand mix your oils or your soap batter before you use a stick blender. I also have a video of top 10 products from Amazon that you can purchase to make your own handmade soap. I'll leave the link on the description box below. Now it's time to add my green clay. I'm adding about 10 grams. My soap mold makes about 10 bars of soap, so it's about 1 gram per bar of soap. I always recommend that you can measure, but I'm just measuring by eye because I do this a lot, so I kind of have an idea of how much clay I need. I like to stick blend any clay or any extra product that I'm adding to my handmade soap in my liquid oils before I add my lye water, just because it's easier to blend them together. Because once you add the lye, the handmade soap batter is gonna get thicker, and then that's when you really need to use your stick blender. Now it's time to add my lye water into my oils. I made my lye water before I started making the soap, just because I like my lye water to be around room temperature. Once you use essential oils into a soap batter, I feel like it takes a little bit longer to hit a trace. If you don't know what a trace is, it's when the soap batter starts reaching a certain viscosity. So you want to reach a trace before you pour into your soap mold. Now let's go ahead and stick blend our lye water into our oils, and this is when the magic starts to happen. This is when you start looking for a trace. Like I said in my Amazon video, I love the stick blender because it's not so powerful. So you can take your time to blend your handmade soap batter with your fragrance oil or your essential oils. As you can see here, I'm adding my peppermint and copaiba blend essential oils that I measure here at home. If you have no idea how much you need to add, you can use a fragrance oil or essential oil calculator. I use the one from Wholesale Supply Plus. I really like that calculator. I'll leave the link in the description box below. Depending on what fragrance or essential oil you're using, sometimes you don't have to rush, but sometimes essential oils and fragrance oils do accelerate the soap batter. So you have to watch how your soap batter is mixing while you're stick blending. Now I'm adding my red jojoba beads. I thought the green and the red would really look super cute together, and I'm using this soap to gift for my friends and my family. And honestly, the scent of the soap smells just like candy canes, and I thought it would be perfect for this holiday gifting season. Now it's time to pour into my soap mold. As you can see, I hit a light to medium trace, and I'm very happy with the trace. When you hit a light to medium trace, it's so much easier to pour into your soap mold. And of course, I am so happy with the texture of the soap. Now it's time to texture the top of the soap. Like I said before in my other videos, For me, this is the most satisfying part. You can be so creative at this part of making the soap. I always keep it super simple, just because for my own experience, when I do extra texturing on top of the soap, people think it's so pretty. They don't want to use the soap, you know, like they just like, oh, it's so pretty, I don't even want to use it. But I'm like, you need to use the soap. There's so many great natural ingredients in there. It's so good for your skin. This is the whole point of making your own handmade soap at home, or to sell it. If you plan on selling handmade soap, honestly, nothing compares to the soap bought at the store. It's so natural and your skin feels so soft. Sometimes you don't even need to use lotion. That's how good it is. But now I'm just adding some extra jojoba beads on the top just to give the extra Christmas holiday spirit. Now I'm all done. Now we need to wait about 24 to 48 hours until we have to unmold the soap. It's been about 48 hours. I decided to wait an extra day just because essential oils, I feel like they take a little bit longer to cure. As you can see here, while I'm unmolding the soap, it's still kind of soft. Just keep in mind that this could happen. Nothing wrong with the soap. What you can do is just unmold it and leave it to air dry before you decide to cut your soap. And that's exactly what I did. I left it out for about an hour and then I came back and used my soap cutter to cut the soap. There are so many ways you can cut your soap. You can just use a regular knife, or you can buy a soap cutter on Amazon. I also made a video of a couple IKEA items that you can use at home to cut your handmade soap or make your handmade soap at home. As you can see here, I have a multiple soap cutter. It's more expensive, but there are other budget-friendly options out there. Now I'm cutting the soap. It's cutting so nice and it's so soft. It's coming out perfectly. And here is the final look of the Peppermint and Copaiba essential oil handmade soap. I am super excited, super happy with the results. I cannot wait to give this to my family and friends. And honestly, the scent is still strong and it smells delicious. Honestly, you can feel like you can eat this soap. And honestly, don't do it because it's not healthy for you. As you can see, the jojoba oils are very minimal. So when you use the soap, it won't feel like a scrub soap, which is great. And here is my old peppermint soap that I made about a year ago. I only started making handmade soaps a little over a year. And honestly, the improvement and how things have been happening for me, I have improved so much. My recipe has changed multiple times, and I can officially say that I found my perfect recipe for my handmade soaps. Don't feel discouraged if you don't get it right the first couple of times. It does take time for you to understand the process of making handmade soap. Just keep trying and don't give up. Please let me know in the comment box below if you'd like me to make more videos like this, and what do you guys think about the soap? Do you think that the green clay was a good idea, or should I have done a different color or a different texture? Hello everyone, I am Chi and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I am transforming this pumpkin puree into a handmade soap. Fall is here and everything is about pumpkin. So if you love pumpkin, this video is definitely for you. So I start by measuring my pumpkin puree to add into my recipe today. I will leave my recipe on the description box below. I like to use Cupuacu butter for my recipes. Cupuacu butter is a hard butter, so it gives a really great texture to the handmade soap. Now I'm adding my coconut oil with the Cupuacu butter because they're solid in room temperature. You can either melt them in a water bath or in the microwave. If you do decide to use a microwave, be careful not to overheat the oil and the Cupuacu butter because you can lose the properties of the coconut oil and the Cupuacu butter. While the coconut oil and the cupuaçu butter are melting, I am measuring my liquid oils. Today I'm using olive oil and I am using pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil is such a light oil. It's great for the skin, it's great for hair use, and it wouldn't be a pumpkin soap if I didn't add pumpkin seed oil to this recipe. Pumpkin seed oil has great benefits for the skin. It turns out pumpkin seed oil is a great way to fight acne and breakouts because it contains a high amount of vitamin A, C, and is full of antioxidants, which is a great moisturizer for oily skin just like mine. I just added my melted cupuaçu butter and coconut oil into my liquid oils. Now it's time to add the pumpkin puree into the oils. Keep in mind that there are different methods to add vegetable or fruit puree into a handmade soap recipe. I prefer to add the puree into my oils and stick blend them until I see that everything is well incorporated. It is normal to see some type of separation after you stick blend your puree into your recipe. I am adding red Brazilian clay. Red Brazilian clay has an orange undertone like a copper. So I wanted to add it to the soap because it will help with the color and also extra benefits to the pumpkin soap. I'm also using sweet pumpkin. I purchased this fragrance a while back from Element's Body. I used it to try to make a pumpkin soap before and it was a total fail. So I learned my lesson. This fragrance is so strong, so I'm only using half of what I have, and the scent is very strong, so I think we'll stick to the handmade soap. Now let's go ahead and stick blend the batter of the soap. When you add a puree to the batter of the soap, it's hard to find a trace sometimes, and it's okay. As long as you hit a light trace, you'll be okay. So if you push the container to the side and give it a couple minutes, it will thicken by itself. So now it's time to pour the batter into my soap mold. I am only making 10 bars of the soap. So if you like to purchase some, it's a very limited edition that I'm making. This is a special soap for me. And now I'm going to scrape my container and use every little bit that I have to complete the soap. Now is the best part. The most satisfying part is to texture the top of your soap. The batter is in perfect condition to texture. When you texture your soap, you want the batter to be a little bit thick because if it's too fluid, you won't get any texture. So for me, this part is the best part. I can be moving my stick on top of the soap all day. But anyways, once I'm done texturing the soap, I am going to spray it with 99% alcohol and I will wait until the next day. It has been a little over 24 hours. The soap is very sturdy. It's not too soft, which I'm very, very happy because before when I use other purees to make the soap turned out a little bit soft. So I think this recipe was perfect for this type of soap. As I was cutting the soap, it was a little bit hard, but it is in perfect condition. It's solid and this gives me a sign that the soap will last a long time when it's time to use. As you can see, the color is perfect. It's like a perfect pumpkin orange color. And I cannot be any more grateful that it turned out great. One day I was just minding my business at Target and I ran into this so cute cookie stamps. They're made of silicone, so they really were hard to transfer the pumpkin into the soap, but so worth it. I think it made the soap even more beautiful as it is. I could not use a hammer to stamp the soap because I live in an apartment and it would make a lot of noise and would disturb my neighbors. So if you live at home and you can use a stamp and you find something similar like this to stamp your soaps, that's the best way, so you don't use so much organic acai berry handmade soap. As you can see here, I just added my acai berry oil to my liquid oils. I am hand mixing until everything is well incorporated. Acai berry oil has a very high content of antioxidants, and that's why it has a very dense and dark green color. And it also smells like a very dark green grass scent. If you'd like to purchase some, I purchased mine from Rainforest Chica. She is the nicest, sweetest lady I've met so far, and she brings top-notch oils and butter straight from the Amazon rainforest. I will leave her link down in the description box below. I'm going to do a quick immersion blend because, I gotta pass emulsification, and also I'm splitting the bladder into 2 portions. Now it's time to add my natural colorants, and today I'm using purple Brazilian clay. Purple Brazilian clay provides a exfoliant which removes dead skin cells and also gives the soap a silky lather, and it leaves the skin super soft. Also, I'm adding today an acai organic powder that I purchased in Amazon. I'll also leave the link down below. The reason why I'm adding the acai powder, because the acai powder also has a high content of antioxidants. This acai powder can also be used to make smoothies or add into your daily diet. Now I'm adding my fragrance oil. My fragrance oil of the day is acai berry, where I purchased from New Directions a couple months ago. This scent smells sweet, just like fresh acai berries, but I did notice an after scent of this fragrance. I'm hoping that that after scent will go away after the soap cures. So for now, I'm just blending my acai powder. Of course, I should have blended the acai powder into a liquid oil, but I didn't. So here it is. It still came out great. The pour is amazing. The fragrance oil is working delightful. There's no acceleration, which is great. And I'm truly hoping that the difference of the colors will show once I cut the soap. I'm just doing a drop and swirl, simple design for the soap. My goal here is just to provide the properties of the acai berry oil and the acai powder. Now it's time to texture the top of the soap. I am keeping it super simple. I'm using a popsicle stick today, and for me this part is my favorite part because you can be as creative as you like. And this part is also optional. You don't have to design the top of the soap if you don't want to. I'm adding some juniper berry seeds on top of the soap. I am placing them in between the inch mark because my soap cutter measures 1 inch apart. Now we're all done. We'll come back in 24 hours to cut the soap. Now the soap is all ready. As you can see here, I have major soda ash. I was not expecting that. But for me, soda ash does not bother me. I think it gives the soap its own unique personality. As you can see here, it's only the top that has the soda ash. And also look inside the soap. It's not as dark of a purple that I would like, but I'm still very pleased with the result. Anyways, I want to take some time today and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Now we are 86 subscribers. Thank you so much. I only started with 2, and I cannot wait to show you guys what else I have planned for the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you really love my